I will call the Selectmen's meeting to order. We could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Go ahead.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so the big reason that we've gathered tonight is to have a discussion about our two finalists and to potentially take a vote on those, the town administrator position. So I will open up to anyone that wants to start, or I'll start if nobody wants to start.
Well, I think that either way we went would be a benefit. Obviously, they're different. But I would vote for Justine.
Okay.
First off, I'd like to thank both of the candidates for coming to the first round and second round of interviews, taking the time in the interview process, putting yourself out there.
Absolutely.
You know, that's hard to do for anybody. So, and we have two very, very strong candidates. One has a background, HR, Chapter 90 projects, contract budget negotiation experience, worked in the State House as a House Representative's aide, and that's Justine. And Brian has experience as a select board member, strong accounting background, he's very hardworking, local government experience, was on his finance board for over 7 years. So we have, you know, we're fortunate to have a very good group to pick from. But at the end of the day, you gotta pick one, unfortunately. Can't have them both, you know, it would be nice, but. And I would recommend that we hire Justine.
Okay. I would look out to the other three members that we had join us. If you want to add, you don't have to, but if you would like to, we're certainly, that's why we involved you, because we do take, you know, your opinion not lightly, and you will be working with this person day in and day out, and as a member of the finance committee, you know, you will be too throughout the year at certain times, so, you know, we do value your opinions.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, they're both strong candidates, and because the ultimate decision is the Board of Selectmen, I would absolutely be happy with whomever you pick.
I'll pretty much echo Jen's sentiments. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both qualified, and I think a win either way. And I can certainly work with who. And, you know, it is your choice. You know, we
Yeah.
helped in the
Yeah.
preliminary, but certainly could work with either one.
Okay. Do you want to add anything, Glenn?
Yeah, I think what you said is they have both, we have two good candidates, right? Both with different experiences, right? Different avenues, you know, one with some strong background in finances and running a business and understanding that part of it, and the other one being involved in municipal law, right? And that's unfortunately at the end of the day kind of where we're at, I think, is somebody with some municipal law. You know, sometimes I think that she might be a little stronger candidate. I think last night's questioning made me feel a little more comfortable about it than the first round.
Good.
With some of her answers, so
I'm glad to hear that, that was important to do, you know.
I think her questioning, her answers to the questions, I think were, she was a little less nervous, I guess I would say,
Yeah.
maybe on the second round when she was.
Yeah. And so I will say, I thought about this, I've been looking at their resumes again, rethinking, you know, the reference calls that I made. And I do also agree that they're both strong candidates. But at the end of the day, I think the municipality background that Justine has, I would vote to hire her as well. So I'm gonna go with Justine. It was tough. I went back and forth.
No,
All day really, until, you know, I just finally sat with it and was like, okay, yeah, you know, I do think, you know, we were fortunate to have good candidates, so. if we're comfortable and we're ready, I would take a motion
Would you
then.
like a motion or?
Before I make,
Yes.
yes, I'd like to thank the three of you
Yeah.
Yes,
for coming to these meetings, to spend the time,
absolutely.
because it kind of gave it an objectivity. It got us, it definitely lifted the load here. So
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
got us thinking of different things that maybe we wouldn't have thought of,
Right.
you know, as we were reviewing and speaking with the candidates, so.
plagiarizing their questions.
Yeah.
Which is good. So I would move that we hire Justine,
Well,
Offer a position.
offer
Well, yeah.
Justine the
I would
position.
say, if you like, I make a motion, like, I would like to make a motion to enter into contract negotiations with Justine Gagliano for town administrator for the town of Hardwick.
Thank you, and I'll second that.
Okay, any more discussion? All right, all in favor?
All right,
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Good. All right, well, that bit of business is out of the way, now it goes down to negotiating. That will be an executive session, just, you know, to start out with. And I would, I can, with the holiday weekend right here, we're probably looking at the beginning of next week. And we can certainly do that Zoom. I don't think we have to drag her in for every negotiation, you know.
No, that's fine.
I think that if everyone's okay
yeah,
with
we know
that,
her now.
we know her and we can do that over Zoom because that's just negotiating.
You're gonna do that next week?
Yeah,
Okay.
we
You
can,
don't wanna do it
um,
tomorrow night?
no. Can't post it, we're too late.
Right?
I think we should
Listen.
go for all
About
5
Saturday.
days of the week.
Saturday?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
right?
Who needs dinner?
no, I mean, Tuesday night, we can still post for Tuesday night.
Okay.
Or and then if we need to, we can also, we can do one for Thursday night in case we need to.
Thursday night, I have 7 o'clock
okay.
trustees, so
Okay.
if we did it earlier, I could do that.
A 5 Zoom, if we had to, that's,
Yeah.
I'm gonna post both of them in the event that we need it. We may
Okay,
not need
That's
it.
fine.
We may be able to hash it out. I have Nicole's contract that Rob, Julie, and I had David Jenkins thoroughly go through.
Okay, we really have to go through that
Yeah.
because there are some holes there.
Yeah, so, well, there were bigger holes previously to
I
that.
understand what happened,
Yeah.
but I don't wanna do it again.
So we can use that as a starting point
Yeah.
and then go from there. Is that,
Yeah,
so
And
I
maybe
can
get
send
somebody-
that to both of you
Okay.
okay.
to start looking at
Yeah,
before
that'd be
Tuesday.
great.
How's
Yeah,
that?
if you, send it tomorrow if you have
And
something.
yeah, I can, yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure I can dig it up and,
Before you go.
yes,
Yeah,
I will.
before you go.
Not even gonna see my shadow.
Okay.
And can we involve maybe somebody from finance when we get to their pay scale?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean,
Okay.
they can be, yeah.
Good.
I mean, cause that should start, you know, we should be talking about that Tuesday
Okay.
and see
Good.
where she's at. And
Tuesday Zoom or here?
Zoom.
Zoom?
Do you think you can make Tuesday if I do a Zoom? 6? Is 6 good, or do we want it earlier? 6? Okay.
Good.
So today's Wednesday, right? So I can post that tomorrow,
Yes. You have until Thursday. You have until
right?
Thur-
Because of the holiday.
Yeah.
So I can post it tomorrow morning?
So,
Okay.
so if we have Zoom, can I come in here and be on Zoom, or?
You certainly can.
Okay, all right. I'm just wondering,
You're gonna need either,
because I got,
Laptop or-
we have
Yeah.
plants, animal, all kinds, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
think
I
that's
can
right.
hear your cats. Yeah.
So,
I don't know if that works though. This screen, every time we've done it here, Nicole.
No,
has-
you
I
have to
figured
bring
we
your
just-
own
yeah,
iPad. Yeah, he
okay.
could bring his iPad. You certainly can if you're
Okay.
looking for a quiet spot.
Yeah.
Of course.
yeah.
You need a key though and a
I got
code.
my key today.
Okay, perfect.
I
So,
work on getting a code.
okay.
Could I
Or-
just,
A key, I'm
Jen.
trusted. Oh, thank you.
so just to make clear, Justine had said she could start within 2 weeks.
Correct.
So actually, we do need the number of her contract, so we can put it onto the fiscal 25
Correct.
budget.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we'll be
Okay.
working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
down to the wire.
honestly.
Yeah,
Isn't it always the case?
It is.
Unfortunately, but
we manage though. Yeah.
we get there. We
Well,
do
here,
get
we
there.
got an unforeseen situation here.
So,
I mean, we're also behind and kind of dizzy, but this is a tough one.
We'll do
Yeah.
it, yeah.
yeah, so that's what we'll start doing, Tuesday. And hopefully by Tuesday night, we can have that hashed out. So 6 PM Tuesday night.
Yep.
And we'll do Zoom.
Zooming.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you'll also do Thursday, just
And
in
I
case.
will schedule Thursday,
Okay.
That's good.
in the event that we need to. 6
Five.
PM again?
Yeah,
Or 5?
Five-ish?
Huh?
Five
Oh,
if it's
5,
okay.
because,
Okay,
yeah,
so
because
you
he's
have
got a
to
7
set-
o'clock.
Okay.
Okay, yep,
In the flesh, though.
yeah. Okay, so Tuesday, 6 PM, and Thursday we'll do 5, if we need
If
to.
we-
Yeah, in the event that we need to.
So, Madam Chair,
Yes,
just be certain that once you're done with the negotiations, that you come back into open, be it Tuesday or Thursday.
yep,
However you post it.
to discuss
Yeah, to discuss and to actually vote on it.
on, right.
Yeah, the negotiations.
contract,
Yeah, the
yeah.
negotiations, so just leave yourself the option to come
Correct.
back into open, because in other
Okay.
words, you were adjourning without coming back, but with these, I
Right,
think
with this,
you want.
we'll have to vote in open.
Yeah,
session.
you'll want to if you decide it be it Tuesday or Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you for that reminder.
And we have the IT necessary to be able to do that? I mean, you could run the Zoom or
That's a good question.
somebody, or turn it off, turn it on for
Yeah.
executive.
Um,
I don't even know how to explain.
I know how to get onto Zoom, I'm just gonna need the passwords and everything to do it. Because I run Zoom meetings for my clients, so I
Okay.
do know how to do that. I'll have to get that from Nicole for Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're good with that. Abby White reached out this morning. They have an applicant for the recycling center that she asked if we could review that at tonight's meeting, and I said that was fine. So you have an application in front of you. They have met and interviewed with him. The board has voted, the commission rather, the recycling commission has voted to hire this gentleman. So if we're okay with it, we just accept their recommendation
Okay.
for hiring.
Trying to figure out where 171 Rebels Hill Road is.
It's,
Boothman's,
thank you,
Boothman's?
Boothman's old home,
Boothman's.
yes. I Googled it, because I was curious too.
You never get recognition, so you don't live there.
She beat me to it. She looks at maps a lot.
Oh,
more
Right?
than I do.
I know. Yep, so,
I've met the woman that lives there
okay.
at the library.
Mhm. So,
Oh, they live in there full time, I'm assuming.
there's
That I don't know.
2 houses there, so
Yeah.
one
Right.
is 169 and one is 171.
right,
I move that we take up Barry Paul Conk as a laborer at recycling.
Second motion.
okay, any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, so I'll make sure that Abby, wait. Oh, my pen, my poor pen is gonna die. Thank you. If I don't make a note, forget it. Okay, and then the other thing that you have in front of you is the only scholarship application we got for the Elizabeth Morris Scholarship. It just came in today. We can take this. I know, with talking with Nicole, she had spoken to the high school and they said that guidance was gonna send more over. She has not seen anything as of like 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon. But, you know, their award ceremony is like June 3rd or so, it's,
A couple days before graduation,
Right.
senior night.
so that was the only reason why I said, well, we can have a discussion about it if we feel, you know, this is the first one that came in, or, you know, we can wait. Unfortunately, it won't be award, you know, it won't be recognized at their award ceremony, but they would still get the scholarship if others came in and we
Okay.
decided to review, so totally up to, you
So
know.
there's no time to actually vote on this and still get it in for their,
This one, yes, if we wanted to vote on this, then it would be recognized at their award banquet.
But by our next selectmen's
It
meeting.
won't,
no.
correct. So I didn't wanna, I wanted to have that discussion as a
Right.
group.
So do you think you're getting more applicants?
That's what they said, but nothing came in, so.
Right.
And the deadline was last Friday, and nothing came
There
in
you
until
go.
today.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure it's a busy time of year, it's graduation, all the seniors are.
Deadlines.
Right, so I'm
Yeah.
sure it's a crazy time of year, so we can either hold on to this until our next meeting, or we can,
I mean, I have no problem voting on this because she did the work, she submitted it,
Mhm.
and, you know,
On time.
yeah,
and sometimes showing up's half the battle.
I don't disagree, and I thought she wrote a very nice essay
Yeah.
as well,
Right.
so.
She's an athlete, and
Mhm.
gonna be, soon to be accountant, so.
And she's been taking advanced courses.
She has been, so this is,
Right. It's all good.
Riley Bassett, she's right here on Hardwick Road in Gilbertville,
Mhm.
and she's been taking courses at Quinsig in conjunction with finishing up high school,
Mhm.
so she'll be ahead of the game, and working on her master's degree in 4 years rather than 4+1, and wants to
Right.
go on to be a certified public accountant, which she'll also, and goes on to say that she also wants to go back into schools to teach children about finances, because they're not taught that. So
Is the truth.
that is huge.
Yeah.
Amen.
And that really was what I was like, oh
Mm.
yeah, like, yeah, so she wants to give back to the community as well as she's learning, so that was impressive.
Yes.
Well, I would take a motion if we want to award the first scholarship.
Do we have a dollar amount?
It's $500.
Okay. That's what I thought. So I
Mhm.
would move that we grant this scholarship application to Riley J. Bassett.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Okay.
I'll make sure she's notified.
All right.
So
So,
I'm gonna borrow your pen.
yeah, no problem.
Okay. I did have Selectmen's Roundtable. Anyone has anything?
Did you happen to get an answer from the?
I did. Yep.
Okay.
So the ARPA funds that are currently available,
Mhm.
52,818.23, of which 3,500 needs to come out for the website, because that
Okay.
was a contract
Yep,
that we
52.
voted on. 52,818.23.
Yep, minus 3,500.
Okay,
23. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, so minus the 3,500, so that's
Okay.
what's available at
All
ARPA.
right.
Better to be on the higher side than the lower side.
Yeah,
In
right?
this case.
Yeah, so,
Good.
yeah, she did get that to me
It was a
today.
mysterious little thing there for a while.
Yeah,
It's like finding the $20 in your pocket, your jacket.
I love when that happens. Anything else from either?
Town report?
Oh, yes, my goodness, thank you, Ryan. Oh, and that's on there. We need to accept the town report, the 2023 town report, annual town report, right?
Being as somebody that's complicated the issue a little, I would move that we accept the town report.
I second it.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Get it on the web, change the QR codes, and I think Nicole put it for 100, and yes, we can still,
I
on the
have to send
electronic,
something
get that
to
to
you.
me.
I have
Yes.
to do that.
Yep. Thank you.
Right. Anything else?
Yeah, I do have one other question regarding like the finance committee and stuff. Are they working on the budget right now, like reviewing possible areas? Because I know we have a shortfall as far as the number, instead of waiting all the way to June 5th. I'm just wondering, are they working on it, reviewing it?
Well, I know that Mr. Korzik's leaving tomorrow for 9 days.
Okay,
I believe Mr. Colross is here. I
okay.
don't know if they have a planned meeting.
I know we have a meeting Monday, but I think that, and unfortunately I came like 3 minutes before we came in here. I had to get a Zoom meeting from the West Coast. And so I didn't get to see what they were talking about. So 3 or 4 came here. But I know that one of the concerns was the ARPA money, they don't wanna talk about that for that. But I
Right.
don't, that's kind of the roof money, so I know that they thought that we would utilize it for the roof,
Right,
if we could.
but it may lessen the burden of the transfer to capital stabilization perhaps, like we're hoping to be creative about what money is going where,
Yes.
so that we can fund the budget.
I cannot answer that, so I will,
Right.
I can reach out to Chris and
Yeah.
find out what.
I'm just,
I think
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
all
yeah, back-
actively
yeah.
working
Yes.
on solutions,
Yes.
so that when we get together
I
on the
think he was,
5th,
and one of the things he was waiting for, if you have that, if you can email it to me or email it to Chris, that ARPA money, then it might give him
okay.
a little sense of where, what to do, or where, or what he can do.
Yeah, he emailed, I scheduled the meeting for the 5th,
Okay.
so I don't believe that they have anything else pending prior to that. And it could very well be that just all the number crunching will be solved on, I mean, I'm not gonna speak on their behalf, but
Right,
that's,
no,
that's the
right.
most, yeah.
Right.
But I think if we have that number, he has an idea about what,
And that's a
Can-
joint
can.
meeting on the
Yeah,
5th?
yours I think is already scheduled,
Yeah.
so yes, it is a joint.
Okay, good. So we have another chance to sit down and figure this out.
yeah,
And then can also schedule a meeting for typically 8 or 8:30 a.m. on that
before the
Saturday,
meeting,
before the
yeah,
meeting,
because we
just
go
to-
through the articles,
Just to
who's
make
gonna-
certain there isn't
yeah.
any, you know, everybody's on the
Glenn,
same
I'm
page.
texting you this,
sure,
does that work?
no, that's fine.
Okay,
You mind asking him an additional question on it? Where the funding for the roof is coming from, was it coming out of cash, was it coming out of, what fund was it coming from? The funding for the roof project? Do you happen to know?
was it coming out of capital stabilization?
That I can't answer, but I know that they said that, I believe that's where they, I wanna say yes, but I can't.
Yeah.
No, I just want to verify, so we know which fund.
And I think that if
What
we,
they're applying.
I'll
to
send
what.
this to Chris and let him and have a quick conversation with him.
Okay.
And then he can probably get back to you guys about where he thought that might be, but
Yeah.
I know that we will be on the fifth also, so.
Mhm.
One last question was, the funding for the police car, where did that come out of? Did that come out of cash?
Came out of free cash.
That came out of free cash.
That came out of
Yeah.
free cash.
Okay.
And that's what he said, if we would've kinda known that, we probably wouldn't have taken that free cash.
Could have
We would've
juggled,
just
correct.
pushed that over.
And use the ARPA funding.
Yeah,
And at the time, we didn't have the ARPA balance.
yeah,
Right, but at the same time, it's still in the same year, so we might be able to make some
some contributions to
transactions
that
or
and
some
some
records
contributions
or
to things.
do some
That's what he
things.
had, yeah, you
Yeah.
asked me about that yesterday, and you know, because it hasn't closed, I'm wondering.
It hasn't, and so why can't we use the ARPA funding
That's why,
to
yeah,
fund,
the police car
Mhm.
and then take the cash back to
because
general
there's still
cash.
49,000 left after the 3,500.
Yeah, I don't wanna speak for him, but I think that's what he would definitely prefer to do if it's,
And then your
Feasible.
free cash is higher,
yes.
Right,
And then maybe we can plug all the other holes and
right?
Yeah.
we can live another year.
You
Yeah.
can do that at town
Yeah, the big
meeting.
one was a school, and luckily they came in and where we had anticipated, so that was.
But regardless, the thing is during the last 2 months, you
You
can shift the,
We can
Yeah.
transfer,
you can do the transfers in
You
between.
you
Yeah.
can.
So that's the whole, that's
So
the whole
why-
idea.
yeah. Right?
All right.
I know,
We
but
could
that's why
undo that,
we're trying
Bob,
to
if we
work
needed
this
to.
out.
yeah, yeah,
If we can do the transfer.
right,
Yeah.
right.
But I know originally that's, he said, once he realized it was some money that
Right.
we would've used that. If we-
Well,
or
originally,
that
we-
would've been-
Yeah.
When the question was asked, it was, most of the funds were all used up and we really didn't know. Now we actually know.
We have a number,
Yeah,
from
And we
what
still
we-
have time.
so that makes the most
I'll
sense.
send that over to him.
Okay.
Yeah, that works,
All
right?
right.
Yeah. Perfect,
Mhm.
perfect. Anything else?
That does it.
I polished the cannon today. I oiled the cannon
Perfect,
down at the pizza shop.
good,
It's Memorial Day.
yes.
Mhm.
I'll,
It looks beautiful. It gleams.
nice.
Excellent.
Are you
Well,
gonna shoot it?
I appreciate you taking part.
Thank you. Well, I accepted ownership for the town,
You did,
so
yeah.
I kind of feel,
All
Do you,
right.
do you still own a viable shooting cannon?
yeah, that one would never shoot again. But there are
Right.
other cannons in town. We live in a cannon.
We are not a
environment.
cannonless town.
My father had one. I can tell you that he upset a neighbor or two along the way
Yeah,
of
we'll be
shooting them
doing
off.
that. In June, we'll be shooting it.
Well, I
for
would have to
weather
say over the overwalls events, if, I usually was up, but if I was not up
You
at
got
6
up?
AM,
You got up, huh?
my windows would rattle.
Right.
Oh,
You could feel the
Oh,
concussion.
yeah.
I think in 2026, you should bring a cannon down to the World War I Memorial, because that's the centennial of the dedication of that. So I'm putting stuff together for that, I think that we should do.
Well, we'll talk about it, we have to lay out a tape, I don't wanna break any windows.
Right?
But we can we can make some noise.
That'd be
It was amazing, the
be
concussions
cool.
come from the top of Upper Church Street.
I wonder whatever
You
happened
feel
to
it on
my
the,
dad's.
feel it at my house on the windows.
Down.
I'll find it.
I'll have
Can't
to
abandon it.
ask my stepmom, whatever happened to my dad's.
Well, it was Merle Bingham we were firing at Merle Bingham's house. I didn't
Yes.
think about it, because it's like half a mile away. You know, it's certainly a safe shot. He said he had to peel Elva right off the wall of the shower, because she was in the shower
Oh,
and the concussion
God.
hit her. And, you know, he was downrange.
Yeah, if you weren't thinking about it, it
Yeah,
was literally like when I was a kid, if you drove by the fire station there and they blew the horn, you were in the car,
Oh, it's a great thing.
you jumped.
do we have a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
At 5:26.
yes.
Thank you.
Adjourned at 5:26.